Hello, sports card fans, wrestling collectors. This is Tom from CollectAWrestlePalooza. Thank you for clicking on this video. We feature all kinds of collectibles with a big focus on professional wrestling, primarily from the golden age in the 1980s and 1990s. This week I'm going to be doing a mailbag video, which means I have 3 packages to open. I have no idea what's inside the envelopes. We're going to find out together. Welcome to the mailbag.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
But before I get going, if you're new to this channel, the way the mailbags work is I collect a number of packages, I pick a few at random, and then we open them together, and we find out together what's inside. By the time I open it, I've forgotten what I've purchased, so it's kind of fun. It's almost like a Christmas present or a birthday present where I really don't know what's inside this package, so we are going to find out together. If you do end up liking the content, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. That goes a long way. I notice every time I get a new subscriber and I get excited, I do thank you for that. Also, I have my eBay store called CollectAWrestlePalooza, and I have a Patreon. The Patreon's only $5 a month. If you are the first person to become a paid member, maybe I'll get you a special surprise. Maybe it'll be something really big. Maybe it'll be something really small. You'll have to be the first person to sign up to find out. But what you do know for sure is all my Patreon members, paid members, get 10% off everything on my eBay store every day. Also, you get your names on the credits of all these videos. So support wrestling cards, support me. This is really hard to make content every week. It's a labor of love. I love doing it. But just asking for a little bit of support if you do enjoy this content. But let's get to it. Let's open up these packages. Let's see what I got. The first package here is a padded envelope. You know how this works. I got my scissors. We're going to cut right into it. We're going to find out what's inside. So looking into this package, I'm glad I was a little bit careful with the scissors because the edge of it's right here, and I think this is sealed. I could have easily cut it, but this is a Nintendo Gamecube game. It is the Legends of Wrestling. I've been looking at sealed video games again because anecdotally that market is down. It was super hot and then prices started to come down. So I collect anything wrestling related, so why not video games? This one's got Hulk Hogan on the cover. It also has Bret Hitman Hart, Terry Funk, Jimmy Snuka, King Jerry Lawler, Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and Rob Van Dam in the corner. So a pretty cool who's who and a little ECW reference there too. It is on the GameCube. I used to own a GameCube, believe it or not. I did buy Nintendo systems just because Nintendo was my childhood, so I followed that platform along for a little while. And GameCube games are pretty old. The year of this is, gosh, I can't see, 2002, so over 20 years old, believe it or not, and this is sealed. It's pristine. I love GameCube as a system because it is the mini little discs inside, and Legends of Wrestling just has a lot of nostalgia for me, and it is a sealed copy, so I thought a pretty cool pickup. I'm sure it's abundant. I'm sure it's not incredibly rare, but I think as time goes on and we get further and further away from these systems, it's going to be GameCube games, and then Wii games, and then PS1 games, and all of these games that we thought there were tons and tons of. As they get older and older, they're going to become more and more scarce. When things get more and more scarce, they get more and more collectible. So that's why I'm picking them up, things that are affordable, and also because it's a really cool object to display and have in my collection. This is Nintendo GameCube Legends of Wrestling sealed. Moving on to package number 2 here. This feels like it could be a card. When I do pick the packages I'm going to open up in each week's mailbag, I try to get one bigger one smaller one card, just so we have a variety. And this is indeed a slabbed card. This is a 1991 Merlin WWF, The Undertaker, German, in a PSA 8. This is a rookie card, and it is my favorite rookie card. If you've watched this channel, you know that I've featured this card a number of times in all the different iterations. It's card, I had to look, but I don't really have to look. It's card number 103 in the 1991 Merlin set. The Italian version is the most common. The German is a little rarer, and then the UK or English version is the most rare. I do have one of the UK English ones, but it's all beat up. I don't even know if it would grade. It is raw. I have Italian ones, and then now I have this German one. And the PSA 8 might actually be one of the higher grades I have. I did not spend a ton on this, I think primarily because it's pretty off-center. So I'm guessing it's pack fresh, which is how it got the PSA 8, but years ago when this was a hot card, this would have been a few $100s. Now you can get one for under $100 pretty easily. You just have to be patient because when they do go up on eBay, they generally don't sell for a ton. But like I said, they don't go up on eBay all that often, so it's more of a hunter's game, but not really at a premium price. This does complete my collection of card number 103s, meaning now I do have the Italian, the German, and the UK versions of it. Maybe I'll do a video showing each of those, but I kind of like to have the complete collection because now I can just level up, right? So now if I see another one of the card 103, I can, get a higher grade and then sell off, hopefully, the lower grade one to pay for the upgrade, assuming they do continue to go up in value. Market's way down for these 1991 rookie Merlin Undertakers. As we do know, the 1991 classics, the market has held somewhat steady, but as you pay a higher price for those, and I've never understood why. Again, if you've watched my channel, I've talked about that time and time again. But without going into any more details on it, just enjoy this card. The picture on the front is amazing. This is the German version of the Undertaker Merlin rookie. And the final package today, I was going to guess it's an audio cassette just because of the size and shape of it, but it's thicker than an audio cassette. So now that I'm holding it in my hand, I have no idea what's inside. That's the whole point. We're going to get surprised. Oh, I think it's a few slabbed cards, yeah. Maybe slabs, maybe cards and top holders. I really don't know what's inside. Kind of excited here. All right, so we've got a few cards wrapped in cardboard, Band-Aids. It does look like slabs. Oh yes, I bought a number of slabs from the same seller. They did combine shipping, which is a nice way to do it because that incentivizes me buying more cards. There's no way I ever would have purchased a 1991 Impel Arn Anderson Mint 9 unless it was only $1 or $2 with no shipping or no additional shipping, which is what this was. So I just threw it on because whatever, it's an Arn Anderson rookie, even though it's a 1991 Impel. This is just kind of a cool card to look at. The Impel, famously, if you've watched wrestling card content, you know that this is the set that was way overproduced and they're still making more. Still a cool set. I mean, if you look at it, it screams 1990 and it is an Arn Anderson rookie, I believe. Now that I say it, I don't know that for sure, but I do know that if you buy it on eBay, it's always labeled as a rookie, so I guess I'm taking their word for it. I did not actually do my research on this one beforehand, but look at that blue. I mean, what a 1990s blue, the background, the confetti. It's got cool photographs. As a wrestling fan, what more can you ask for? Maybe not an investment card, but a cool, fun card to own. Let's see what else we have in here. I know there were some other really cool cards from this seller. Oh yeah, look at this. 1985 Wrestling All-Stars, the Road Warriors, perforated hand cut. This one's in a 6. I've heard that these are very, very hard to get number grades on at all. I've never cut one myself. I've never sent one in. I haven't done much research on it, but I believe this is a Road Warriors rookie card. In my eBay shop, I never have any problem selling Road Warriors cards. People love them, as do I. The Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, if you grew up in the 1980s, 1990s, you knew that there was a mystique about them, primarily because they weren't on TV. The WWF Superstars, All-Star Wrestling, all that, did not have the Legion of Doom and the Road Warriors. And then you'd buy the rags in the newsstands. You know, you'd go to the supermarket and your mom would let you buy Pro Wrestling Illustrated or something like that, and you'd see pictures of the Road Warriors and you'd be like, I want to see them wrestle. So if you're a kid, you know, from the 1980s, you remember wanting to see the Road Warriors wrestle, and then when they finally came to the WWF, there was just an amazing mystique about finally getting to see them. At least from where I'm from, in the Northeast US, that was the story. Maybe down south you could see them a little bit easier on TV, but regardless, they are just the absolute dominant #1 tag team of all time, and any card of theirs is cool, but I do believe this is a rookie card. Now that I see it in person, it does have some print imperfections, some ink stains at the top, which I guess I don't mind, but the eye appeal is not really there. You know, at least looking at that, meaning that it's off center and it does have this ink stain. So I would almost rather have a 6 because of the little bit of wear, even wear around the entire card. When I collect older cards, that's what I look for. I'd rather have it be nice and centered and a little bit worn than have there be any big print stains or imperfections, but didn't spend a ton of money on it. So very happy with this purchase, and you know, just what a cool card. I mean, just look at that. And then we have here next, what is this? Oh yeah, 1994 action-packed WWF The Undertaker promo. There's a few versions of this card. There's one that has his gold signature, there's a promo one, and then there's the standard one. I believe those are the 3. And I think the one that has his signature is always a promo one. If you do know that, if there's any more variations, certainly leave a comment and correct me. But I think this one is probably the second in scarcity, meaning that the base card would be the most abundant, the promo would be a little bit rarer, and then the signature is almost unheard of to buy. There might also be one that's numbered without a signature. I don't know the answer to that. I think I do have a short or another video where I researched it and go into all the details somewhere in the archives, but I don't recall off the top of my head if there is a 4th variation or not. But anyway, this is the promo version. I don't know if I'm going to look at the back of this, because I do think one of them as well. Ooh, this is a thicker holder from PSA as well. That's pretty cool. I guess because it's the action-packed, so it does have some thickness to it. The one way you can tell if it's the promo is it says prototype right there. But then there are also some that were 24 karat gold cards, and I don't think this is the 24 karat, but I don't know. And the 24 karat ones are gonna, I believe, just be shinier around the edge. I'll have to go upstairs and look at my other action-packed cards to compare it to see. But again, I'm not a huge action-packed collector. This is the first time I've actually ever owned any of these Undertaker ones. But the seller, I was just buying Undertaker cards because the market is so depressed for them right now. And I figured it was a good time to beef up my collection. This is one I wanted to pick up for a while. So I picked it up from this seller, the 1994 action-packed promo. And then the final card from this seller, this is probably the best one. This is a 1992 Merlin. This is the gold series, and it is an Undertaker. The reason the 1992 Merlins are arguably even cooler than the 1991s for the Undertaker is the photography is just amazing. And then this gold set kind of has a mystique about it all on its own, because it does have a lot of dark black borders and it has the fluorescence, so it's got kind of a cool look to it. Very 1992, and then like I said, the photography is just top notch. I mean, look at this Undertaker shot. And this is in a 7, which is actually a good grade for this card. Any card with black edges is going to be hard to get in a higher grade, so 7 is fine for this. Very, very happy to finally own one. 1992 Merlin, Gold Series 1, The Undertaker. And I think these only came out in Germany, which is also why they're more rare. So that does it for this week. A new video game, a bunch of slabs. I'm a happy boy. Can't wait to take a look at these in a little more detail, read the backs of the cards, get to know them a little bit. I hope you're having a great week. Happy collecting. If you see something you like on eBay, my advice is this week, just go ahead and buy it. Do yourself a favor. Don't get in over your head. Don't click buy it now unless you're sure you can afford it, but prices are pretty good right now, so might not be a bad time to pick up some of those cards and collectibles you've been wanting for a while. Just enjoy yourself. Be good. Be healthy. Peace.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.